Greetings and welcome to the wonders that only exist in this moment. Thank you for joining us at Unity of Chicago South today. Let us center ourselves. Just for today, we will keep our minds filled with possibilities, not obstacles. We will keep our conversations filled with the good we deserve and watch this goodness engulf us. Just for today, nothing will be impossible. I'm Reverend Dr. Stephanie Wilson-Coleman, and it is a pleasure to be here today. Today, we're celebrating the spiritual principle, Zeal. My message is intended, as always, to be a message of hope, one that will inspire you to rethink what is possible for your life, to inspire you to believe in your inner star, to carry you places you've never dreamed possible. TruthUnity.net defines zeal as intensity or enthusiasm, the inward fire of the soul that urges man onward, regardless of the intellectual mind of caution and conservatism. Charles Fillmore states, zeal is the mighty force that incites the winds, the tides, and the storms. It urges the planet on its course and spurs the ant to greater exertion. It is this urge that's behind all things. Zeal is the affirmative impulse of existence. Its command is go forward. Zeal also cautions that one may become so zealous for the spread of truth as to bring on nervous prostration. So take time to be holy. Turn a portion of your zeal to do God's will, to the establishment of his kingdom within you. Do not put all of your enthusiasm into teaching, preaching, helping, and healing. Help your own soul also. Do not let your zeal run away with judgment. When zeal and judgment work together, great things can and will be accomplished. So the balance required is to use our power of zeal while ensuring our spiritual focus is leading our actions. Zeal is the power, the passion required to follow our dreams. It is said that living life without passion is like trying to go hot air ballooning with a deflated balloon. A recent study reveals that a year into the COVID-19 pandemic, roughly half of non-retired adults, or approximately 64 million people, say the economic consequences of the pandemic will make it harder for them to achieve their goals. 80% of all adults admit they don't have their dream job. Most of us have lost our drive. We've lost our zeal. And this doesn't happen overnight. If we are attentive, we would have seen the warnings in our inner early warning system. It's that feeling that something isn't missing, but you can't put your hand on it. It's that feeling that you don't know where to start or what to do. That is the equivalent of the engine warning light in your automobile. And when this happens, it is time to reevaluate how you are showing up in your life. It is time to ask some serious questions. It is time to listen to that still, small voice. Start by asking, what's important to me? What brings me joy? What am I good at? Am I settling for less in my relationships, my job, my life? Am I delaying the pursuit of my dreams because I can't see a way to get there? And am I just afraid to move forward? Moving these mountains, the ones that are keeping you stuck, requires that you begin and start by rethinking the impossible. So instead of looking externally for other people, places, and things to make you feel better, start with feeding your soul. What one thing can you do today or in this moment to feed your soul. In 1962, Dick and Judy Hoyt gave birth to a son they named Rick. Because Rick's brain was deprived of oxygen during his birth, he was diagnosed as a paraplegic with cerebral palsy. In 1972, the Hoyts discovered that Rick loved sports. And in 1977, Rick wanted to participate in a 5-mile run to support a lacrosse player that had been injured in an accident. Dick, his father, had never run 5 miles in his life, and he was also having some cardiac problems, but he agreed to push his son's wheelchair in the run. During this run, Rick felt freedom for the first time in his life. After telling this to his father, Dick decided that he would compete in every competition. Their statistics include both father and son were in excellent physical condition, having completed 1,000 competitions, including 6 Ironman competitions, 257 triathlons, and they biked 3,735 miles in 45 days. When asked how he did it, he replied, "It was only a mountain." Dick Hoyt intertwined his zeal with his higher spiritual calling, and as a result, he inspired thousands of runners and disabled athletes. Dick Hoyt allowed his soul to soar. Dick Hoyt used his power of zeal to help others and to help his own soul. And when he died at 80 years old, he died with a net worth of $13 million. Morrissey says, igniting your zeal is about listening to what makes your heart sing. You also have to figure out how to remain creative. The creative process is defined as the evolution of an idea into its final form through a progression of thoughts and actions. That's thoughts and actions. The creative process involves critical thinking and problem-solving skills. These stages were first articulated by Graham Wallace, a social psychologist and co-founder of the London School of Economics. He outlined the primary stages of the creative process in his 1962 book on creativity called The Art of Thought. The first stage of the creative process is the preparation stage. As you begin the creative journey, the first stage involves prep work and idea generation. This is when you gather materials and conduct research that spark an interesting idea. Brainstorm and let your mind wander, or write in a journal to foster divergent thinking. This will help you consider all possible approaches to building out your idea. In the first part of the process, your brain is using its memory bank to draw on knowledge and past experiences to generate original ideas. Second stage is the incubation stage. When you have finished actively thinking about your idea, the second stage is where you let it go. Part of creative thinking is taking a step away from your idea before you sit down to flesh it out. You might work on another project or take a break from the creative process altogether. Regardless, you are not consciously trying to work on your idea. Walking away from your idea might seem counterproductive, but it is an important stage of the process. During this time, your song, your story, your problem is incubating in the back of your mind. So walk away. Stage 3, illumination stage, sometimes called the insight stage. Illumination is when the aha moment happens. Light bulb clicks on as spontaneous new connections are formed, and all of that material you gathered comes together to present the solution to your problem. In this third stage, the answer to your creative quest strikes you. It can take you by surprise, but after the incubation stage, an idea has emerged. Fourth stage is the evaluation stage. During this stage, you consider the validity of your idea and you weigh it against alternatives. This is the time of reflection when you look back at your initial concept or problem to see if your solutions align with your initial vision. Business professionals might do market research to test the viability of the idea. But during this phase, you might go back to the drawing board, or you might forge on confident in what you've come up with. The final stage is the verification stage. This final stage of the creative process is when the hard work begins. Repeat, the hard work begins. Your creative product might be a physical object, an advertising campaign, a song, a novel, an architectural design, a new business. Any item or object that you set out to create, propelled by that initial idea that popped in your head. Now you finalize your design. You bring your idea to life and you share it with the world. Don't rush anything. Persevere with patience and tenacity. Another thing we must remember is meditation and prayer. Bronwyn Eisen recommends that we find time to meditate or pray over our dreams and goals. You can build a greater awareness and attain deeper enthusiasm and stillness. Feeling peace and living in the moment is a great way to check in with self. We often feel that we have to go and be on this mountain of enthusiasm and to maintain it. But when we immerse ourselves in solitude, we sit and breathe, allow ourselves to enjoy the moment. Magic is occurring then also. Charles Fillmore was 94 years old when he wrote, "I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that ought to be done by me." When you are enthusiastic about your goals, projects, and future endeavors, this enthusiasm will flourish and others will catch the zeal bug. Norman Vincent Peale reminds us there is a real magic in enthusiasm. It spells the difference between mediocrity and accomplishment. Now, go forth and do the things that ought to be done by you. Let's be still. Just for today, I will trust that power greater than myself to guide and direct my steps. I will seek out the things that make my soul smile and take time to appreciate the beauty that surrounds me. I will believe just for today that the universal power is working to shape my world in ways that I cannot begin to imagine. Just for today, I will not be separated by God. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Trust your greatness. Namaste.